What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Totally Inspired with me, your girl Siwa Dube. This is a channel where we talk all things leadership and all things lifestyle. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and please do give me a huge thumbs up for this video. Do make it a point to also stop by and look at some of the old videos that I have shared on this platform. And to the returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support, for your comments, for sharing, and for liking these videos. Please do make sure that you continue supporting this work. And I do hope you're empowered and inspired by just engaging with this content. Today, I am going to be talking to you about a very important topic, and as I've said before in my previous episodes, I was one of those people that tested positive for COVID-19, and I've shared a few things with you regarding my journey and also some of the tools that I was using to manage the condition from home. Well, today, to close off this topic on the COVID-19 experience that I had, I just want to share with you some of the things that a COVID-19 patient should take into account in order to be able to cope with the virus and their time of illness, and also some tips for people that will be supporting anybody that is COVID positive. First of all, if you test positive for COVID-19, please make it a point that you do share this information with those around you. It's particularly important because in case you've had contact with some people, it's important that you share this information with them. Other than that, I would like to maybe say this is good for you, because when you share what you're going through, people are able to support you with prayers, with just checking up on you, and you are in a better position to tell people about the disease and help others who will then later find themselves in a situation like that. They're able to reach out to you. And I think speaking up about the disease actually helps us to stop the stigma. You know, that is how stigmatization starts, when people feel that it's not right for them to publicly speak about having the virus. That is a way of creating room for stigmatization. So firstly, I would say, do tell those around you that you have actually tested positive for COVID-19. The second point I would like to make is that find ways of gathering mental strength. If you are a believer, this is the time that you actually use to engage in the word, to read the Bible, to listen to content that will elevate your faith, that will boost your faith. So that goes a long way in cultivating mental strength as you go day by day with the virus. Thirdly, my advice really is to minimize your intake of news. When you are suffering from COVID-19, your ears are now tuned into everything that's related to the disease, and most of the time your interpretation of that news is bound to cause fear and make you feel very negative about what you're going through. Now, when you're fearful and stressed, your immune system is bound to go down, and that is not good in your recovery process. It actually does not help in trying to fight the virus. Your body cannot naturally fight off the virus when you're stressed. So I would say minimize your intake of media, especially social media. I'm not saying close your ears to what's happening around you. I'm saying manage the extent to which you are listening to the news, you are following what's happening on social media, because all you'll hear is the number of people that are dying, the number of infections that are going up, and that is bound not to work to your favor, as it will make you feel stressed and fearful, and that on its own impacts your ability to recover. Another thing that is very important when you are managing COVID-19 is to eat well. Make sure that whatever you're eating is fruits, vegetables, and I would say maybe steamed foods or boiled foods. Avoid fried and fatty foods, because that on its own is not good for your health at that time, especially. So eat healthy so that you accelerate your ability to recover. Another important thing actually is to make sure you stay hydrated, continually drink water so that your body is hydrated. And finally, I would say make sure that you get as much rest as possible. At the time, you're most likely to be taking some sort of medication, and that might make you feel drowsy, make you feel sleepy. Use that time to rest and recover, as much as possible during that time. Your body needs the rest. Your body needs to be actually out there, sitting in the sun whenever you can, getting some vitamin D. Just 5 minutes of yourself being out in the sun, it really goes a long way in bringing in some vitamin D into your body. Now I'd like to move to the next part of the video, looking at ways in which people can actually support you. So you're not necessarily the person that's got COVID-19, but you know of somebody that is suffering from COVID-19. While speaking from a point of view where I was the one that was unwell, let me share with you what I felt went a long way in terms of the people that were around me. And when I say around me, I'm talking about people that were with me in the journey virtually. Calling and inquiring on how we were doing. The first thing that you need to do when you feel something's not right, make sure that you visit a doctor. Don't just stay at home and start medicating yourself and assuming things on how you need to go about this condition and self-diagnosing. That's the most dangerous thing or decision that you can take. Sometimes it's also important that you actually, when you are at the doctor's, they actually get to look at your lungs and maybe do x-rays that will indicate to them whether there's any kind of clotting that takes place. If at that stage, at the early stages, they're able to detect those things, it really makes the difference between life and death sometimes. So make sure that very quickly you are getting the right attention from experts and medical care professionals. If you know of somebody that has COVID-19, advise them in that manner to say they must seek medical attention if they haven't done so already. Secondly, make sure that you check on them daily. I had a few people who would call me literally on a daily basis, send me WhatsApp messages literally on a daily basis. That really went a long way because we felt the love and support. My husband and I at least walked this journey together. So he had the same, people calling, because we openly did tell people that this is what we're going through. And it really helped us in being able to cope. Receiving those messages on a daily basis went a long way in our recovery because people would pray for us on the phone. People would speak a good word with us on the phone. People would even share their experiences, those that had already been through COVID-19. And that is why I say let's speak up more. When we speak about the disease, we are able to be advocates and help other people who might not know how to handle the situation. You are able to encourage them. When you tell somebody, listen, I've been through this, it's more believable, it's more encouraging, and it's less embarrassing and less stigmatized. And that is what we need to deal with right now. Let us stop the stigmatization of COVID-19 because it is a disease like all the other diseases that we've come across before. When you support somebody that's got COVID-19, make sure you speak positively. That goes a long way in boosting their confidence, in handling the disease, in facing the journey. Make sure that you're not telling them things like, oh, the stats are looking bad. This is how many people died yesterday. This is how many people have been infected. That's the last thing they need to hear. What they're looking for is encouragement and words that will make them face this journey better. And as I mentioned, if you've suffered from the condition before, be open and share with them that I have suffered from this before and this is how I handled it. These are the challenges that I faced and this is what I did about it. So it helps a lot when we are also open about having suffered from the disease if we have, because we're better able to support those that suffer from it afterwards. And then the last thing, I think that if you want to support somebody that's got COVID-19, obviously they're not able to go to the shops and buy things. Support them by providing them with healthy foods, dropping stuff by at the gate or at the door. That goes a long way. I remember in our case, we reached a point where we had one nachi left, and these are the fruits that we're enjoying. even though we'd lost our sense of taste, somehow we still managed to be able to taste the nachi, and it felt like it really nourished us. But the one time we're only left with one nachi, and I remember a lady from our church who lives on our street actually coming with her husband. They came to see us. It really meant so much because it's like they knew. They brought us a tray of nachos, and that is what we truly, truly enjoy. So if you're going to support somebody that's suffering from COVID-19, do care to find out what it is that they prefer to eat, if their supplies are still looking good, and make sure that you drop those supplies by. Let us not despair. Let us continue to fight against this disease by doing what we need to do as citizens, so that we are also part of the flattening of the curve of the COVID-19 pandemic. Continue to exercise social distancing, wearing your mask, washing your hands, and ensuring that you are not unnecessarily moving around, and you stay at home when you don't have to be going up and down. I hope this video has helped you and that it will inspire people that need to know more about this rather elusive and evolving disease. We know that once we do work together in fighting this pandemic, one day we will look back and say we have overcome. Thank you so much for watching the video. Until next time, please do keep inspiring.